All right, the title of it is Moving Forward. I guess we'll be ahead of time a little bit. It was really about motivation for those seniors leaving last year's class to go out into the college world or the real world or whatever. All right, so we talk a lot about find your why. Why do you do the things you do? It's not what you do, but why you choose to do them, and more importantly, why you enjoy doing them. Don't just go to work. Find your passion and chase it relentlessly. And that's what we talk to our kids about a lot of times, is make sure you find what you're doing. Attack your why with a passion and belief. If you do that, a lot of times that's going to separate you from being the average teacher or coworker or administrator or whatever, and it's going to separate you from all those that you encounter. Don't be average. Wake up each day and be great. Sorry. Jump, and I have to use all in because I came up with that a couple of years ago, but once you find your passion, and it should be your students, jump in the deep end. Don't be afraid. And you can be great when you're half in. You can't go in swimming half in the pool, right? It's hard, but nothing that great ever comes from being half in. There's a story about a builder, but I'm really running out of time here. But this guy built houses. He built great houses. Everybody wanted him to build their house. He wanted to retire. They wanted to build one more. His heart wasn't in it. Problem is, he was building his own house. He viewed this house as an obligation and not an opportunity to build his masterpiece. The details were not important, and it was not imperfect, but the whole time he was building his own house. You have to build your house each and every day. How you do anything is how you do everything. Then I want you to fail a little bit each day. And I know that's hard to say sometimes as a teacher and sometimes as a student to say that, but reteach something, rewrite something, and make a mistake. Never fail backwards, always fail forward. We want our students to fail because that's where growth happens. I was a little ahead, I'm sorry. Growth happens when we fail at something and learn, we move forward, we do it better, and we grow. When something comes easy to us, we typically don't learn very much. And we often ignore that skill set or that mindset. Try something hard, fail at it, work at it, and get better. Embrace your students when they fail. I hear teachers a lot of times talking about their students when they fail this test, they don't understand it. Don't write them off. That they should, and they should fail, and you should embrace the chance to help them grow through that failure. Don't dismiss them. If they knew everything you were teaching them before you taught it, why would they need you? Story of a Navy SEAL training is the hardest training in the world. The trainees who failed a lot to meet the standards were invited to what they called a circus. A circus was just extra work on top of an already extremely tough training regimen, and nobody wanted to be there. But over time, what happened, those trainees on the circus list got better. They got stronger. They got tougher. And it built an inner strength in them. Life is filled with circuses for our students. Embrace that and help them through that, and they will grow stronger for you. Understanding each failure for you and your students is an opportunity to grow and get better, and learn to say the word good. Didn't get the schedule you wanted? Good. Chance to learn a new routine. Didn't get the lunch you wanted? Good. Chance to meet new colleagues. Didn't get the kids you wanted? Good. Chance to teach them and find and try something new. Unexpected problems? Good. You have the opportunity to figure out a solution. Didn't get the promotion you wanted? Good. If you can learn to say the word good, it means you still are breathing. You still have some fight left in you. And if you still have some fight left in you, get back up, re-engage, and let's go. If you learn to say the word good in all situations, it changes your entire perspective about your day and about your students when something goes wrong. You immediately start thinking about what good is going to come out of this instead of what bad is going to come out of this. When you change the way you look at things, and particularly students, the things you look at begin to change. I like ownership. I love the word ownership. Own your classroom. Every good thing, every bad thing, every A, every F, they are yours. Your students, just like my students and my players, are a reflection of you. If they make a mistake, own it. Figure out how to get them through it and get them to learn from it. Then I talk a lot with our kids about leadership, and the best definition I've ever come across of leadership is service and influence. If you serve your students and you gain an influence in their lives, they'll do wonders for you, I promise.
You're doing great. You're doing good.
Learn about your students. We talked about this earlier today. Care about them, not only in your classroom and not only about your particular subject area. Speak to them outside your classroom. If you know their issues, you'll understand them and you'll know how to help them through their issues. You want to know their learning styles, you need to know them as a person. Two quotes I fall back on all the time: be nice to everyone you meet, because everyone you meet is fighting a very hard battle, and they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I know you've heard that 1,000 times, but it rings so true. So be nice and care. They both go a long way. Don't ever ring the bell. There's a brass bell that hangs in the center of the U.S. Navy SEAL complex, and all you have to do to get out of all that stuff is to ring the bell. No more freezing rain, cold swims, no more push-ups, no more nothing. Just ring the bell and it'll be over. We talk about this a lot. To put it in our perspective, don't ever ring the bell on a student, because that's final. Don't ever give up, and don't let them ever give up. Don't ever ring the bell.